Right, so the first up is item 11, Riverhead, that plan change we chose to withdraw that for information. We need more information, so that will likely come in at the next meeting. Right, so we now move to Todd. Item 12, making operative plan change 62 on Oniwa Road, operative part. We just want to give a brief overview, and then we'll move to questions.
Kia ora, good afternoon. My name's Todd Ara. I'm a Senior Policy Planner in Plans and Places in Warren McLaren's Northwest and Islands unit. Today I'm doing two items for you on getting Plan Change 62 and 69 made operative. So I've got a short presentation that will just cover the process, and then we'll go to the recommendation. So the first one is Plan Change, the process. This is the Schedule 1 process, and today I am seeking for approval to make Plan Change 62 operative, which is the orange circle at the very end of the process. So we've gone through notification, a hearing, and we've had a decision, and we've passed the appeal stage for the plan change. So the two parts of the Act under Schedule 1 that we are talking about is firstly is Clause 17, which provides the Council the ability to approve and make operative the plan change, and then Clause 20 is we will notify the decision to make the plan change operative. Plan Change 62 is a plan change on the North Shore on Oniwa Road. The plan change sought to rezone 1.62 hectares of light industry zone to mixed use zone and apply a building height variation control of 21 metres. In that image, I'll just point out the red outline is the original whole plan change area, and today we are approving a smaller plan change site. So Plan Change 62 sought to rezone the sites from light industry to business mixed use with a height variation control height variation control of 21 metres in height. The area on the right, that is purple, was within the plan change area when notified, but through the submission period it's been reduced to just the area on the left to be mixed use zone. Today the recommendation is to approve the plan change to make operative and request staff to do the necessary processes to notify the decision. There were no appeals on Plan Change 62 and all is resolved. I'm happy to take questions.
Cool. I'll move, and do I have a second, Chris? Councillor Darby, and we'll just go to questions. Thank you. Any? No? Yep. Oh, sorry. Member Ashby.
Kia ora, thank you for your report. Just one question from me, just given the plan change. Did you review or I guess consider the iwi management plans that council has on file in relation to this?
In relation to this report, or not specifically to this report, but was done through the process when we started engaging and writing the Section 42A.
And I get just a clarification for me, because I have had some local questions around the height. The height, could you just clarify, the height's basically the same, except now it won't necessarily be a big concrete block wall. It could be something much nicer with people living in it.
Yes, the difference really is there's an additional resource consent to obtain a building to 21 metres. The current permitted height is 20.5, but now you need a consent to go to 21 metres.
Thank you. Right, all those in favour? Aye. Any opposed? Perfect, thanks Todd. And then we move to item 19, plan change 13. Don't know where 19 came from. Item 13, plan change 69. Thanks Todd.
Thank you. This is essentially the same presentation, so I'm going to skip the first two slides. It's the same procedure. Brilliant. So Plan Change 69 is a plan change that was in Whenuapai. It was for 52 hectares of future urban zone land is it rezoned to light industry zone. There is also a precinct that has been put in through the process. Today, the application was from Oyster Capital Limited, and yeah, so today I'm requesting the committee approve the plan change and request the staff to go through the process as well to make it notified. Apologies. Just a little bit more detail there. Anything I have missed? They will also be applying a stormwater management plan on the site as well, Flow 1. The decision has been notified and there was no appeals, and the plan change now is ready to be made operative.
Cool. Do I have any questions? Councillor Henderson?
Sorry, forgive my ignorance. Could you just explain Stormwater Management Area Control Flow 1 to me? I understand there's been some issues in Whenuapai with stormwater issues and things like that, so I think I might get asked about that. So I just wanted to know if you can clarify.
Stormwater Management Area Control 1, Flow 1, is one of the controls that is applied to urban areas. So it was required to be put in with this plan change to basically apply the urban stormwater control rules.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Any other questions? Councillor Watson?
You maybe don't have the answer to this, and it's strictly not related to this exactly, but there's a whole raft of COVID fast-track applications occurring in this area. There's a real kind of cumulative effect starting to build up here. Are we aware of that within the Planning Division of Council?
The COVID fast track consents come through the regulatory services, but they are passed on to plans and places. In our team, we are aware of them. We have made comment on a number of them. There's two parts to that. There's the initial, should this be accepted, which is confidential, and then there's the second part where we get asked for more comments on the application itself and how we consider the application overall.
And you just take them on a one-by-one basis. There's no sense of tagging them all together, because there are a lot of them going down to the Minister just now.
They are an independent application, and it's a process independent to us. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that is all the... Oh, no, sorry, Councillor Turner. Just missed your name.
Sorry, just one thing again, not quite. The 2020 COVID-19 Consenting Fast Track Act was limited for 2 years, correct?
To the best of my knowledge, the applications are up until July this year. You can apply. It might be soon.
Been extended, has it?
That's to the best of my knowledge. So I'm only really a part of the team that might respond to them.
And that gazumps all the other things, including the National Policy Statement on Urban Development and Plan Change 78, is that right?
I wouldn't say that necessarily. It's just an alternative pathway to obtain consent against essentially the purpose of that act. The purpose of that act is to rapidly or significantly increase economic and social well-being. That was my summary. But it's that alternative process that goes to the Minister to consider and seeks comments from the Council, and we will raise what we consider concerns or environmental effects that we consider need to be managed through the conditions.
Thank you, Councillor. Thanks, Todd. Another question, Mayor Brown.
Sorry, I'm fresh at this one. I think this has been before the council before. Just how did this area perform in the last wet bit? Any problems?
Perform in terms of, sorry, I missed the last part of your question.
Flooding.
I do not have that information for you, sorry.
Through the chair, we can get that to you. The issue here is that it's the end of the process. So my advice to you is that we need to just keep moving it and approve that through. I'm happy to get you that information, but also as we're doing that, medium to long term work around flooding, if this area is part of one where we think there are some risk appetite changes and things that might need to do, we will talk you through that at that point.
Yeah, okay, I mean, it's just surrounded by a stream and
Yep.
flattish areas surrounded by streams have featured recently.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to interrupt with the process that everyone else is more familiar
No,
with, but just to add, tell you to be a bit careful when they come to build industrial areas on this, that I'd just like to know that you're thinking about that at some stage. Okay, not just planning.
Thank you, Mayor. And I think, yeah, that the only tricky, part of the work we've commissioned, this committee's commissioned includes current plan changes, but unfortunately this one, the last decisions were notified 2 weeks before the flood, so we have very little ability. But I think hopefully if there's changes to the ability to resource consent in this area due to floods, maybe that comes out of the study, potentially. Thanks for your work on this, Todd. And do I have a mover? Member Ashby, seconder? Nope. Councillor Turner, all those in favour? Aye. Anyone opposed? Awesome, thank you. Thanks, Todd. Right, now we move to item 14, speeding through.